It's a normal day for an 24 years old Harukawa Natsumi as she asks permission to leave at exactly 5 o'clock. Her colleague stares at her to know why she always leaves at 5. One of them has a really clear idea. It is because by the end of the day, she completes all of her pending tasks, and one of them says the look she has on her every day makes everyone very difficult to approach, so they are unable to invite her over for drinks after work. When Harukawa walks in, a different version of her can be seen. This one is very cheerful and happy to be home. Her mother, who is cooking for her, becomes incredibly happy after she arrives. The first thing she wants to ask her mother is about dinner's menu. Her mother reminds her again that she made katsudon for her as she requested. Harukawa, being a responsible person, decides to help her mother in kitchen. She helps her mother to plate katsudon by adding eggs and mizuna. At last, the dish is prepared and served. Harukawa couldn't be any happier. Her mother tells us this time she added more vegetables and diced up tomatoes to increase the flavor even more. Excited, Harukawa thanks her mother for working so hard and digs right into the food as it's still hot. She takes her first bite and the flavors kicks her. She can taste egg tasting like custard, the acidity of tomato, and richness of avocado. All this makes her eat this dish forever. As she is enjoying her food, her mother serves her karage, which is steamed pork cutlet, and according to her, having karage with katsudon made sense to her. Harukawa could not comprehend this feeling as according to her, is his billion-dollar dish. After her food is finished, Harukawa claims her mother, Hanakawa, is the best chef alive. Her mother does not ask her anything except if she is eating food properly or not. Harukawa tells her mother she ate 3 cups of tamago cake rice with fried rice as a breakfast, so she is eating properly. Next day in office, when the clock hits 1, lunchtime starts and Harukawa brings out her big lunchbox in front of her colleagues. Her colleagues were shocked to see the size of a lunchbox in Harukawa's hands. One of her colleagues named Surizawa arrives, so her other colleagues asks him where he was for the last couple of days while he is just busy wondering if she is just as rude as she seems, but Harukawa couldn't care less. She finishes her lunch and spots a restaurant named Juya and starts looking at menu displayed. Soon she realizes that she has not tried so many dishes listed here and she is still hungry though she finished her gigantic lunch. She walks into the restaurant and thinks about ordering everything there is. Unknown to her, behind her was her co-worker Suriwaza. In the restaurant, seeing him, she immediately changes her decision and excuses herself. She then orders 1 judon party, and with that she loudly says she just wants to enjoy her time. If it wasn't her co-worker, she would have ordered everything. Back at home, she sits on kitchen ground as she was unable to buy everything as she thought. After some time, she quickly gets up and takes some milk and bread from fridge. Using all possible ingredients she has, she decides to make herself a sandwich. Just as she thinks her sandwich is ready, she finds fried rice and judon to complete it. Final result of her sandwich makes her extremely happy. Slowly, she starts to eat as she is by herself. There is no one to judge. After eating everything that was in front of him, she thinks she will be able to forgive Suriwaza for ruining her plan. Next day in office, Suriwaza visits his superior at her desk to sincerely apologize as he bends in front of him. His supervisor is not happy with Suriwaza's say and tells Harukawa she should be ready to work overtime so his documents can be error-free. Suriwaza leaves quietly after listening to his boss' response. While leaving, he says hi to Harukawa, but she is not happy to see Suriwaza because she will have to work overtime. Suriwaza tries to apologize to her, but she tells him it's okay as everyone knows she always completes her work by the end of the day. Suriwaza tells him mutual assistance is the reason she will do it, but the expressions of her face tells him a different story. Turns out because of Suriwaza, 2 other colleagues had to be work overtime. Long before Harukawa finishes her part and shows to her superior. With her superior confirming all the work is done, everyone packs up to leave. Suriwaza tries to stop everyone for dinner because of their hard work, but no one stays, including Harukawa. Turns out the reason why she stormed out of there as soon as she got a chance is because she was starving. On the way to the nearest restaurant, she thinks they're having extra large and cheesy dish. While entering the restaurant, she greets the chef. Turns out she was a regular on this place, so the chef already knew her order and starts making it. Harukawa takes her seat and waits for her food to be served. Suriwaza has followed Harukawa to the hotel so that he could properly thank her for all the work she did for him. Hungry Suriwaza decides to order something for him. When Harukawa comes out of restroom, she has changed her outfit so she can enjoy her food. As suspected, Suriwaza found Harukawa, but now she looks like a different person. She looks happy and loving, so he hesitates to approach. While she, who had no idea Suriwaza is also there, takes her extra large soup bowl happily. Suriwaza is confused and cannot understand how she could have ordered extra large bowl of this as the noodles are very thick and their normal portion size is enough for 1 person. She starts to enjoy her food. Suriwaza is having a hard time with his food as the noodles are thick and bowl is filled with soup, so one to be careful while eating it. But he truly enjoys his food. In the meantime, she finally notices Cerezoa there. This makes her freak out but decides to focus on her food. Cerezoa, on the other hand, notices her speed decreasing but doesn't do anything as she continues to fill her big appetite. Harukawa begins to wonder when did his co-worker join her and did he become a witness of her big appetite. Soon enough, she completes her food and sends compliments to the chef before leaving. Cerezoa is just amazed seeing Harukawa in different style. Next day, he notices she looks more annoyed than yesterday. One of co-workers asks who is attending flower viewing event, a feast in their office. Harukawa doesn't want to go as she will not be able to enjoy her food or eat to her appetite like she can do at home. She cheers to the feast, then her eyes catches glimpse of food. Her instincts are telling her to eat everything, but her co-worker handles her plate with chopsticks, so she thanks her and takes the plate. She remembers last time when she went for feast, Fuyuki brought mega-sized futamaki and her instincts were telling her to eat everything as they were very tasty. In present time, she sits with her co-workers and decides to take small food sections so no one could count. Her co-workers find it very difficult to talk to as she has a mean reaction on her face. Cerezoa asks if he can sit with her. He calmly passes a comment as according to him, all she did in this party was to eat, though he thinks she didn't like the food served to her, so he offers her a drink. She tells him she likes to drink, but she prefers to eat, so he brings her Mitarashi dango. She was beyond happy, so he tells her how to eat it better so she wouldn't get tired of sweet dango and obenchazuk. She was beyond happy to see the food. After taking a bite, she asks him if he put tempura snacks in it. Cerezoa was worried as he thought he will be caught. Their co-worker sitting afar starts to wonder when did both of them got so close. So instead of buying something, Cerezoa makes 2 more dishes for it, as this was the first time Harukawa was seen enjoying herself. This continues for a while and kept surprising her, as Harukawa had beer before, so she falls unconscious into Cerezoa's arm. One of their co-workers reminds Cerezoa to take care of her, as this is now his responsibility. When she is mildly conscious, she bits him thinking it's her favorite dish, futamaki, which scares Cerezoa. So other co-worker who saw this tells him that he should not have pissed her this much. Fuyuki brings her home safe and sound, but she starts to act needy. So like any wise man, he finds something for her to eat and look around the house only to find large food bowls. So he asks her about it, she makes up an excuse that is currently obsessed, and when he realizes she doesn't eat vegetables, he tells her they need to go to supermarket. In the supermarket, when he was looking for vegetables, the sales girl tells him soon spring onion season will start. Harukawa is very happy as she has new recipes for him to make. One of her friends sees him with a boy and had a shock reaction to Harukawa having a boyfriend. While her friend buys vegetables, Harukawa buys sweets they can eat after dinner. He thinks that it's too much sweet and asks her to put some back while buying a whole head of lettuce. As he taught her how to cook at home, he tells her that it's okay if she's a big eater. And thus, with her help, he makes a nice meal, so they sit down and enjoy their food. As soon as she takes first bite, she fell in love with the food and keeps praising it. When she ate all the vegetables from her dish, Fuyuki comes up with an idea to use the soup for another dish. Both of them head back into kitchen, and she helps him to cook another dish called mackerel. The dish recipe was so simple that she promised him that she can and will make this on her own. He starts to tease her about Cerezoa. The next day, when Cerezoa goes over to her desk in order because he made some mistakes and to apologize, she completely ignores him. Near 12 o'clock, she feels starved and finds a coupon that allowed half price over steak. When the lunchtime is over, Cerezoa brings sweets and some food for Harukawa, but finds she has not returned yet. So he goes to her desk in order to drop the things be brought for her and finds the coupon, though the place was very far away. As suspected, Harukawa went to the steakhouse irrespective of the fact that it was very, very far away. Her food finally arrives, and without a further ado, she starts to eat. The food was so good that she lost track of time and soon finishes her 5th plate. When it was time to pay, she struggles to find her wallet and the pamphlet. After much consideration, Cerezoa calls her to remind she left her wallet and pamphlet in office. He quickly heads to restaurant and returns her wallet and pamphlet to her. When he walked in the restaurant, she was crying and eating. She explained to him when she feels relieved she cries and gets hungry. Soon both orders food together and have a good time eating with each other's company. As Cerezoa helped her in distress, this was her treat. After they finish and comes out of restaurant, he suggested that it was nice, and they should do it again, but realizes if she is not eating, she is back to her old self. But she calms herself down and explains to him Fuyuki is her brother and does to agree to eat with him once in a while. Cerezoa hangs out with his university friends, and before they leave, he orders to pack some food for Harukawa. Soon she becomes a topic, and they starts calling her his girlfriend. He tries his best to defend her to the point where he defended her diet. When they are gone, a realization hits him, and his friends have not changed, not even a bit. Coincidentally, he saw Harukawa and asks her why was here. She tells him she lives nearby. She has oden with her, which he taught her how to make. So both of them starts talking about the food for a while. Harukawa, who doesn't know how to cook, can only memorize the taste of food, so she asks him to go to her home and teach her something. Before Sarawaza could say anything, she ordered ramen home and told him to use whatever he thinks would work. At home, when he looks for ingredients, he praises her for having a good collection of everything and begins to teach her the recipes. After working for a while in kitchen, the food is ready to be served. Harukawa and Sarawaza sits together to enjoy the meal they just cooked. The food was so good that the only thing she noticed was her food. While she's eating, he tells her not to let a man enter her home like this. She quickly apologizes and reassures him that she will be careful the next time. Next day in the office, Christmas is closed due to some problems at work. Sarawaza has to work overtime. Sarawaza asks Harukawa if she has plans for Christmas. Finally, it's Christmas. Sarawaza walks in the market and feels lonely. He sees a woman seller and decides to buy everything as he is feeling generous. Turns out the seller is no one other than Harukawa. Out of thin air, her brother comes and apologizes in behalf of his sister as she dragged him home that day. Fidoki explains Sarawaza that his sister is just helping him as his part-timer couldn't make it. Sarawaza offers to volunteer too, and soon the cakes are sold out. She asks both of them to pack it up as quickly as possible so they can buy food at half price. After the dinner, Harukawa brings a 3-tier cake and puts some whipped cream on before serving it. All three of them starts to enjoy the cake, and when it was finished, she brings out another cake. Fidoki looks for cork opener when he couldn't find one, so he heads home and for the cork opener. Meanwhile, Harukawa goes into food coma, so Sarawaza, being a gentleman, puts his jacket on top of her and looks at her peaceful sleeping face. When Harukawa wakes up the next morning, Sarawaza discovers her in a bad mood, so he tries to think if he is responsible but couldn't find an answer. During a lunchtime break, he asks her if she wants to have Big Burger as they have a discount on their opening. Harukawa tells him not to show her that as she holds her stomach, depicting stomach pain. In the Big Brother restaurant, Sarawaza asks her if she is always angry when she is hungry. She stays silent and poses a reaction, which means she has no idea what she normally looks like. Soon their order arrives and she couldn't wait to dig into her food. As per her nature, she gets so involved with food that all she could think was how delicious the food is. Out of curiosity, Sarawaza asks her how much does she eat daily. To sum up, she eats 3 times more than average person. Sarawaza thought one of the burger would be enough for her, but she was still hungry and asks for more. This time, she orders a double cheese. After she is full, she speaks loudly as to announce everyone that food is delicious there. When she is about to leave, this breaks a part of him because he thought she would like to spend some time with him.
Here I am.